Hi everyone, it's Nalanie and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is an updated current go-to foundation routine. So I show you how I get the foundation, the powders, the contour, everything. It's not really contour, it's more bronzing. I'm more of a bronzing girl. So I will make sure that all product details will be listed down below for you guys, but this has just kind of been my go-to whether I'm filming a makeup tutorial for you guys and this is the part that you don't see because I don't want the videos to be super long, or if I'm going to be taking Instagram pictures or we're just going out, this has just been my current go-to. So if you guys want to see how I do my current foundation routine, which is pretty affordable except two products that's more on the higher end, but if you want to see how I got this, how I get my current foundation routine, please keep on watching. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is cleanse your skin, hydrate, moisturize, do your skincare, do all of your normal steps, process, steps. So I always make sure that I use an eye cream. It's just my under eyes look a lot better when I have a little bit of hydration underneath there, and I just really let that product absorb. Then I also go in just with whatever moisturizer I have. The one I'm using right now is a Pond's one, and I always like to use a little facial mist, especially when I want my skin to look more healthier, glowy, dewy. And the one that I'm using today is a Trader Joe's Watermelon Facial Mist. So I already did all of that because I didn't want this video to be super long. So now that my skin is ready, time to prime, and I'm going to use this e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. I really like this stuff. It's very affordable and you don't need too much of this. So I'm just going to work with what I have here and just really work this in. So this is the foundation I'm using. This is the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Wear, and the shade I'm in is 495. Yeah, just amber. So it's 495 amber. So with this product, you do want to shake this up, and I always use about a pump and a half, or a little, yeah, half. So it looks like this. With this foundation, it does dry down a little darker, so just gonna really just work this in. So whatever left over on my hand, which is not really much, I'm just going to bring it down to my neck, and I'm avoiding underneath my eye area because I want to avoid any kind of cakiness and just from looking too heavy underneath the eyes. And the sponge that I'm using is the e.l.f. Camo Sponge. Okay, so it's pretty light coverage. If I wanted more of a medium coverage, I can build it up and add a little bit more, but I haven't really been liking too heavy of a foundation. So now it's time to go in with my concealer. And the concealer that I've really been loving is this L'Oreal Infallible Fullwear Concealer. And this is in 385 Amber. Also, oh yeah, they're both the same thing. So with this, it is full coverage. You don't need a lot of this. I'm just putting a little bit here and here. And around my nose. So that's where I've been placing my concealer. Taking the same sponge, I'm gonna keep under here to dry down just a little bit so there's more coverage. And I'm just going to start this area. Then I'm just taking whatever's left over and just run it on my eyelids. So when I want to cream contour, I use this Wet n Wild Makeup Glow Stick in Call Me Maple, and I just take a little brush, or kind of a medium-sized brush. This is the Morphe M427. Take a little bit of product, and what I do with this is just kind of stamp the pigment where I need it and want it to be. So this is just to warm up and bronze my face. So I'm going to add it right here. And I always make sure I get into my hairline. And I always add a little bit here. I'm not being too precise with this. I just want a little bit of warmth. You see the difference? And then take a little bit more product, and I only add it right here. Just a very small amount. And then underneath, pretty much around my lips to give it that fuller effect. And I'm being pretty messy with it. Okay. And I'm also going to take a little bit and run this into this area right here. So now we're going to take our sponge again and just kind of blend everything together so there's no harsh lines. And really just blending by the mouth area and the nose. I think we're pretty good. So now we're gonna set the under eye area, and I'm just gonna use my little mixing powder. This is the HRUSH secret baking powder, her little formula that she came up with. I've been loving her little technique and I've been using it nonstop. It's my go-to, never fail powder. So I use pretty much all the 4 powders that she uses, just different shades and colors based off of what I already have. So in here is the Laura Mercier translucent powder, Huda Beauty's banana bread powder, and 2 Ben Nye powders, Pretty in Pink and the banana, and I've just really been loving this. It's just such a perfect color, and I don't think you guys can see it, but it's, I don't want to drop it either. So I'm just gonna smooth out underneath the eyes, and I'm going to set that area. What I like about this is I don't need a lot, and I really haven't been too much into baking the under eyes. This is the powder. So what I did with that was I laid down the powder and I just worked it in and just kept continuously pushing down the product until there was no more residue, and it just looks really smooth. Can you tell on camera? But I just love the way it looks. Going back in with some powder, and I'm just going to pretty much set all over my face, but just lightly. did my brows off camera. I'm going in with my bronzer, which is the HUDA from Benefit. I really, really like this bronzer. And I'm just using a really big fluffy brush. And I'm just going to warm up my face a little bit. Now I'm going to use the same bronzer, and I'm going to use this Morphe E62 brush, and I'm going to lightly contour my nose. What's ever left over on my brush, I'm just going to add right here, here, and here. Taking this powder, which is Fit Me in the shade 330 Toffee Caramel, it's going to take a fluffy brush, and I'm just going to buff this onto my skin. I'm going to avoid underneath my eye area, but I'm just going to buff this everywhere. The nose area especially. So going in with a smaller brush, this is a Morphe M407, I'm just going to soften the nose a little bit since it is looking a bit harsh. And I'm just stamping this powder on. Okay, so we're looking pretty good, but this is pretty much everything that I do. So I'm going to jump off camera. I'm going to finish my entire face, and I will be right back. Okay, so this is the finished, completed look. As you saw with my foundation routine, I do like using more affordable products. They just work for me. And if you've been watching my videos for a while, you know a lot of these products I've just talked about and I've just continuously used, and they've just been favorites. They just work for me. So I am definitely someone who prefers a lot of affordable products. I think the only two things that I didn't use, no, the only two things that weren't affordable was the HRUSH baking setting powder, her little, you know, concoction, her little formula, recipe, whatever you want to call it, and my bronzer. But everything else is affordable. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.